Hey YouTube, Enlightened Arts here, coming at you guys with garden update number 8, organic hydroponic bubble bucket. So as you guys can see, I put together a bubble bucket using some materials I already had around the house, and for this grow I'm doing something a little bit differently, but we'll get to that in a moment. What I want to do right now is just run you guys through the system and show you guys how I built it. So first things first, the grow container. This is actually a liner from a trash can, to be precise, that trash can right there. And what I did was I used a Dremel and I made a holes going around the bottom half of the container, and that's going to give my roots access to grow their way down to the reservoir below to absorb nutrients. And so once I did that, I filled it halfway with the hydroton, as I'd said. And the reason that I filled it halfway with hydroton and not all the way full was because I'm doing something a little bit different in this grow. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pushing that drain pipe down closer to the bottom and then covering it with hydroton a good inch, inch and a half. And then on top of that, I'm going to be putting soil. I use a nutrient dense mixture of soil that I compost myself here using a mix of various organic nutrients that I cook into the soil. And I think that the way I'm going to set up this system is going to give the plant the best of both worlds. It's going to give the plant the nutrient dense soil that it loves, but it's also going to supply a lot more oxygen to the roots as well as water and nutrients. And I think that this is going to lead to higher yields as well as larger plants. So now that you know the philosophy for this grow, I'm just going to go back into the construction. Right here I have a small hole that I drilled for my air tubing. Originally this was going to be for a drip line, and I was going to run it through there down to the middle of the hydroton, but I decided that it was a much better solution to just put the tube through one of the holes in there and then just have the pump and the tubing contained within the reservoir. Most likely I'll move this hole to the side of the bucket just because the cord, as you can see, is a little bit obtrusive. Now, one of the most important features of this bubble bucket is actually down here on the bottom. Now, what this is an aquarium heater that has been fitted into the bucket and sealed with the control on the outside so I can adjust the temperature of the water. This is going to come in a ton of handy if I ever decide I want to grow some more tropical fruits or vegetables that need higher temperatures to fruit and flower. With that in there, that's another important element to this that I really wanted to have. I wanted to be able to really start to control my temperatures and my atmosphere, and note the conditions and the changes in the plant's behavior as well as their growth and fruiting and flowering cycles. So that's just something which gave me just a little bit more control of the grow environment. You don't have to seal it in there. You can obviously just stick one in there and run the cord through a hole, but I just like that because I thought it looked cleaner. So now that the system is set up and it's bubbling thanks to this air pump here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to start putting my nutrients down into the reservoir, and I'm really going to only need to run a very light and mellow mix in this system due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of nutrients in the soil, because not only am I going to put in soil, but I'm also going to be putting in nutrient spikes. Spikes are a topic I'll cover in another video I'll post here soon. They're a very important aspect of my soil growing, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys. I'm sure almost all of you are familiar with that already, but for those that are not, I'll be posting a video about that soon. And so now that I have told you guys what I'm going to do, tonight is I'm going to, like I said, push the pipe down, fill it with soil, and I'm going to be germinating a seed in there. I have a variety pack of organic tomato seeds, which I'm thinking that this would be a nice fit for. just judging from what I've seen on YouTube as well as what I've read and how I can, manipulate this system with the temperature controls to provide optimal results. I'm really excited to see how this system compares to the larger one outside with the larger reservoir. This one has a much smaller reservoir, but I still think it'll produce some very favorable results. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more updates. Please like and subscribe for more. I have many videos to come. Thanks guys. Enlighten Arts signing off. Live, love, and learn.